ChatGPT Projects, the plain version. Most of us interact with ChatGPT through one endless, disorganized chat thread. Every time you start a new session, you manually re-upload the same brief, re-explain your role, and dictate the exact tone you want, entirely from scratch. There is a structural fix for this friction called projects. We can break down how it works through 3 specific habits, 1 key number, and a change in how you organize your workflow. Understanding how projects hold context changes how you interact with the rest of the ChatGPT toolkit. It moves the focus from one-off questions to ongoing work. This diagram shows the internal structure. A project unites 3 distinct elements: your conversational history, your reference documents, and your behavioral rules, into a single, persistent workspace. The first container holds your isolated chat history. Every conversation tied to this specific objective is anchored in the project's own sidebar, rather than getting lost in your general account history. The second container houses your reference documents. This panel holds the background files you would otherwise have to manually upload into every new message window. The third container stores your custom instructions. This is where you set permanent directives for the AI's behavior, locking in formatting constraints and your specific role. When you start a new chat within the project, these 3 components automatically provide the context. The hub knows the background before you type a single word. The result is a workflow grounded in your specific material. The AI begins every interaction with your files and rules already in place. Habit 1 is simple. Allocate exactly 1 dedicated project per distinct real-world objective. The client gets a project. The course gets a project. The product launch gets a project. Isolating these objectives into distinct hubs stops your context from scattering across dozens of unrelated threads. Habit 2 is the one-time configuration of the project's rules. You dictate your role, the specific output tone you expect, and the mandatory facts the system must always assume. Then you integrate your files. You upload structural documents, like style guides or datasets, directly into the project's memory bank, rather than attaching them to individual messages. A 5-minute setup removes the need to reprime the AI in every future session. It is a one-time investment that covers every subsequent chat in that project. This works because of scoped memory. The project operates as a localized knowledge base, isolated from your other account interactions. This isolation enables Habit 3, opening fresh, modular chats for every new subtask. You no longer need to rely on a single, long chronological thread to keep the AI on track. Because of the scoped memory architecture, every fresh subtask instantly inherits the overarching project files. Your workspace stays clean, with 0 data bleeding over from other tasks. This also provides a privacy benefit. Sensitive material remains contained within its specific project silo. Trusting these boundaries allows you to maintain a rigid, task-specific focus without the clutter of a bloated chat history. We can distill this down to a single number: 1. Using 1 unified home per task results in 0 instances of having to re-explain your context. Projects are free across all plans and functional on mobile. Premium tiers can house up to 40 distinct reference files for more complex work. When a project is shared for team collaboration on a business plan, personal memory functions are suspended. This ensures every team member is working from the same unified set of facts. The value here is the removal of repetitive administrative work. You stop the cycle of re-uploading and re-priming before you can actually begin. This involves a change in how you use the interface. You organize your work around these persistent projects instead of relying on a list of temporary chats. This structure provides a consistent place for your work to live. Once a project has a home, you have a specific workspace where you can later bring in more specialized tools, like custom GPTs or deep research integrations. At Plain Bureau, we explain AI tools in plain English, focusing on clear habits instead of hype. Next in this series, we will look at custom GPTs. If there is a feature you want the plain version of, let us know. Give your work a home that remembers. Stop re-explaining yourself to the machine.